Good afternoon, y'all. It's time to make our Vidalia onion salad. I told you that we're going to do something with Vidalia onions every day. We're making appetizers, salads, side dish, main dish, and dessert, all using Vidalia onions. So to start with, I'm going to put together the marinade for this salad. So let me show you that. I'll tilt you down a little bit here. So in this pot, I've already put 2/3 a cup of sugar. And now I'm going to add 2/3 a cup of apple cider vinegar. We're going to heat that up just a little bit and let it dissolve the sugar. So we want that sugar to be really dissolved. Let's see, I'm gonna use this one. Then we're going to be adding in a cup of vegetable oil, just normal vegetable oil. This is dissolving really good. This is a salad that we heat up the marinade, then we let it cool down. Basically, the reason we're heating it is just to mix it all together really good, let it incorporate well. And then we're going to pour it over the vegetables that we've prepared, which are mostly the Vidalia onions, but we're going to add some cucumber, which I've got a cucumber here, and some tomato. You could also, if you wanted to, I've done this before, I've gotten a can of beets and just drained the juice off the beets and then put the beets in there, and they do really well in it too. So okay, that sugar is pretty much all dissolved now, so I'm just going to pour this vegetable oil in there. Let that all melt really good. I'm actually going to just bring it to a boil and then cut it off. So while that's stewing, we're going to peel the cucumber because we don't want this hard peeling on there. We want the marinade to be able to get to the entire cucumber. And these peelings won't go to waste. They'll go right out to my chickens. They will love that. I don't know about y'all, but we do composting by feeding to the chickens and then using the chicken droppings in our compost. And we also, things that the chickens can't eat, we just put those directly in the compost. You know, like they can't eat too many potato peelings, things like that. So, so there we go. I've got that nice and peeled, and I'll be slicing that into little discs. And then I'm going to peel 2 Vidalia onions and slice those into rings. And then I will chop this into little bite-sized pieces, this tomato. So I'll get all that done and I'll get right back with you. Okay, I'm back. I've got the mixture off of the stove and I'm letting it cool here. I'm gonna add a couple of dashes of hot sauce. Shake this up good. And this is optional. If you don't like hot sauce, you certainly don't have to do this, but we're just gonna put a couple of drops in there. Not very much. And then I'm gonna add about, not quite a half a teaspoon of salt in there and some pepper. And then just stir that up again. that'll cool off. I wanted to show you how I'm cutting the Vidalias. I've already cut one up, and I've got here's the cucumber slices, and I know this is a white bowl so you can't see it, but I've cut these into little half circles. So the way I'm doing is I'm just slicing down on the onion like this, then turn it sideways and just slicing, thin slices like so. And then I'll just take them and separate the little pieces out like that. That way the marinade gets all throughout them. So I'm going to put all these in here, give it a good toss. I'm going to add the tomato in. I'll probably put the tomato towards the top, but we want the cucumbers and the onions to get as much of the marinade as possible. And I think this is just a little 2-quart casserole dish I've got, because I wanted something with a top on it so I can put it in the refrigerator and let it marinate overnight. And this will be a really good salad to have tomorrow for lunch or dinner, because the longer it marinates, the better it gets. So, alrighty. And these are very sweet onions, so and I noticed someone already sent me a message saying they'd already ordered 10 pounds for themselves, so that's great. You can order them online if you don't have them at your local grocer. I think you just go to, just research Vidalia onions online. You'll see the different plants down in that area that sell them online. I think Bland Farms is one, and there's some others, but just see what you can find. So I've got those all kind of mixed together there. And now chop up the tomato. I'm probably gonna need a different knife to do that, one with a serrated edge. This tomato is fairly ripe. You could use those little plum tomatoes if you wanted something more firm. They probably would work better, but I don't have any of those here, so we're going to use what we have. Alright, so, and of course I'm cutting a red tomato on a red board, so you probably can't see it very well, but at least you'll see it when I put it in the white dish over here. So you can see, I'm just going to toss those in on top like that. It's going to be a pretty salad, at least. And there's no particular way you have to cut these tomatoes. It's just up to you. You could do slices, little chunks like I'm doing. That's kind of a hard piece there, let's see. And it's looking pretty good, y'all. Just see how warm this is still. It's still pretty warm. I'm gonna let it cool for just a little bit more, and then I'll put it over. So if y'all wanna just hang on for a minute, we'll get that done. Okay, we're back. I think it's cool enough now I can pour it over. At least it's not boiling hot. And I just like to make sure it's evenly distributed, so I'm going to do it like so. Hold on a second, let me turn this around where I can check it. If I had some fresh parsley, I could sprinkle it all around the top of this, but I don't have any, so obviously I wasn't prepared for this like I should have been. It doesn't really completely cover what's in here, but as it sits in the refrigerator, you can come in and toss it around a little bit just to get it, and you can push down on this too. You can see the juices like right there, so it'll get to it, because these things will just soak down in there better and better as it soaks overnight. You can see already it's doing pretty good. So yum yum, I can't wait to try it tomorrow. I know it's good because I fix it all the time in the summer, mostly for my cucumbers, but it's great when you have Vidalias, and you can do this with Vidalias. So this is going to go right in the refrigerator, and then it'll be ready, y'all, and I will be back with you in a little while. I tried to do that. I think I showed you in the end of the video yesterday how I had been practicing cutting the Vidalia onions so that I could try to do one of those onion blooms. Well, y'all, it was a disaster. My onion just didn't bloom. It just kind of fell apart. So I'm going to make something different with the fried onions. So I will get back with you and let you know what that is in just a little while. All right, y'all have a great evening. And that's it for this video. This is your salad with Vidalia onions. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye, y'all. Have a good night.